Diane, the Potty Purple Pod here, and thanks for watching this video of my description through this case study of a gentleman that came to see me with a very long-standing and painful verruca on his right foot. He had verrucas elsewhere as well, but this was the main one that was bothering him. He'd had all sorts of treatments over the previous decade to no avail, but he came to see me to have swift treatment. As you can see, the verruca on that right foot there is about the size of a 50p piece. So it was quite an area for him to have treated. And at that first appointment, I treated it with Swift. Now, in order to cover an area of that size, it's important to move the Swift probe around so that you can cover the entire area of the lesion. Now, as you would expect, microwaves are designed to heat up an area of tissue. We're trying to trigger a heat shock response within the tissue cells. It can be uncomfortable to have done, but the discomfort is short-lived just whilst the microwaves are being deployed into the skin. So he had all his verrucas treated on that first appointment. He then came back for his second appointment a month later, and you can see that there are some changes in the skin there, particularly the blackened areas that you'll notice there, which are coagulated blood patches, which again is a consequence of putting some heat into that area. So we can see that it's having some effect, although there's not a lot of sign of those verrucas disappearing just yet. Then when he came back for his third appointment, again we can see some more coagulated blood areas there, consistent with some of the Swift treatments. The left foot's starting to look like it's improving, but that main verruca is still pretty much there and pretty determined to stay by the looks of it. However, this is the point at which we have to hold our nerve. Now, because this gentleman found this verruca quite uncomfortable, I would see him for reduction of the excess hard skin on it, even though we weren't doing any further Swift treatments at that point. We'd done our 3, so we were just keeping him comfortable while we were waiting for the body to do what the body does. And you can see when he came back in January 2020 here, we can see a lot of change in that main verruca. It's still there, but it's definitely shrinking. Equally, on the left foot there, we've got a lot of improvement. So this verruca is definitely on the retreat. Now, I had planned to see him again in March of 2020, but as you all know, we were in lockdown then. So when I did finally manage to review him and see him back, it was July 2020. Now, you can still see there's some residue of something going on there on that foot. Doesn't really look like a verruca anymore. It looks far more like a corn in actual fact. And the same again when he came to see me in August. I then left it a nice long gap before we did a further review, and I finally saw him in January of 2021, so that's almost 15 months after he'd completed his Swift treatment. And you can see that yes, there is still a little shadow of something or other there, but that could just as easily now be a corn, because they are common in that area of the foot anyway where we've got pressure. He was absolutely delighted because it was no longer painful. He'd got rid of this bulky area of hard skin that would continue to build up and which stopped him from running. And he was a very happy bunny because all his verrucas had finally cleared up. And if you think that you would like to have that treatment to get rid of your verruca, all you got to do is get in touch. And if you want to know what he really thought about it, he made a YouTube video with me, which I'll link in the comments below. Thanks for watching.